Hi guys, it's me back with another review. This time I'm having a look at a third-party transformer. This is from Mastermind Creations and it's Cyber Engine Night Morpher KM-03 CYCLOPS, and this is their version of Shockwave from the IDW Heart of Steel, I think, comic. Comes in a nice box. Picked this up from, I can't remember the website, I'll put it down in the link below, but you can see a picture of it in its vehicle mode. Pretty impressive. And then you come around to the side here and round this way here. If I turn that round, you've got a picture of him in robot mode, which carries on through. And then you've got a thing here on this side here at the top, which has kind of got all your kind of schematics of him in robot and alt mode. You do get a set of instructions with him, which I think doubles up as comic. As I was really into the comic, the original comic of this one, I think this one follows in the same kind of suit, so I'd be interested to read that one. I haven't actually read this one as yet, so just get that out of here. You do get this piece here, which is supposed to be the anchor for the kind of boat submarine mode here. So you've got that, and then you've got the instructions here. So it says the giant within, and then yeah, you've got the actual comic itself. Which looks pretty decent. I haven't gone through it in loads of details. Sorry. And then you've got the other ones, the night morphers that are in the line as well. So you've got Starscream, Thundercracker and Skywarp. I did have Starscream a while back. I ended up actually selling him, unfortunately, just because I didn't have any of the other figures. So I was kind of like, well, they kind of just sit on. It was a kind of standalone piece, but now I've got this, I may well look to buy the other ones. I'm not sure, but yeah, we'll have a look at him in vehicle mode. Just unfold him out. I'm not sure if I'll cover transformation or not, just because I think it's going to be quite tricky. So I might just give you a bit of an overview as to how he transforms afterwards. So he comes in this kind of plastic tray here. You then open these bits up to the side. Yeah, and then get out. Let's go from here. So that is your vehicle mode. It's pretty big. It's pretty impressive. Let's see if that is that all clipped in there. So you've got a piece of protective thing on here just to protect this bit. I don't know if that looks like it should clip in somewhere, but does it? I think it clips up like that. I see. And then I think you have to push everything forward a little bit, just to get that into place. From what it looks like, yeah, and it looks like there's a slot in there where that kind of comes in here. Must say everything is quite tight on this. There we go. There we go. So that slots in like that, and you can see that will lift up in robot mode for like almost like a Gatling gun. So yeah, everything kind of fits in quite nicely. Just making sure everything's in place. You can see there's a lot of different panels on this guy. So yeah, I mean, it is really well painted. You've got these bits here as well that spin round here as well. You've got the guns which move around up here as well. Lovely. I mean, it's all painted on the top here, and I think this is, it's hard to tell if this is purple plastic. I think the top bit is definitely all painted. It's kind of a silvery purple. Don't know if these open up or not. I don't think they do. And you've got these kind of vents and bits of details on here. You see there's lots of panels which will then open up to for when you actually transform him. Now there is a kind of a mini submarine figure that comes with this, which not sure if he's in here or not. Let me just open this up and just see if he's in here. This is quite, I wouldn't say it's brittle, but you do want to be careful as you open up all these different panels up on here. Let's try opening up this one here, and you can see, let's try and get this one here. There we go, just gonna wiggle this one out. Ah, here we go. Yeah, so you've got your submarine figure in here. Looks like this then opens up like that, and then you've got your little figure in here. There you go. So he comes out of here. So you've got your mini Shockwave in here. You see all the painted detail in there as well, just in the corner there. It looks pretty nice. For this piece here, I believe that pops in one of the side hatches and comes out, which I'll have a look at for robot mode when I transform him. But overall, a pretty impressive vehicle mode. I'm going to put that off to the side there. It doesn't really sit on its own, because obviously the way that the vehicle mode is designed. Ideally, you'd want kind of like a stand or something for that to sit on if you did want to display him in that mode. I don't know. But yeah, there's that. And then you've got this guy here, like this. So yeah, so he's supposed to be a little kind of submarine. And we'll have a little go at transforming him. This is the first time I've opened all this up. You can see him in there, look. And let's open these bits up, which look like his little legs. Let's fold these out. I want to be as careful as I can, because I haven't read the instructions on this at all. So there you go, I've popped his leg off. Thankfully that pops back in. Looks like that just swivels over like that. Then is that supposed to be his arm? Yeah. Looks like that's supposed to be his arm there that I've just popped off its socket. Turn that around like that. How does this come out? So these bits fold out like this. So presumably they'll go in the back here, and then his arm can actually peg in there on the side there, like that. And he's supposed to be a mini version of the kind of main figure. So bring him. Oh, looks like, yeah. See, that's the front view. Looks like with these leg pieces out to the front. Looks like that would make more sense because they'll bend round this way. These looks like you've got little side skirts that come fold down as well. So that's quite a nice touch. And then if I can just get this bit right here. Oh, So it looks like you have to get these bits up here and then peg them round here like that. Like so. So obviously you can transform it without popping all these bits off, but it is pretty small and diddy. So it is quite tricky to do it without popping all these bits off. In fact, this bit here does seem to want to come off all the time. So I might just quickly just look at the instructions for him, just real quick, just to see what he's actually supposed to look like. If we can see that in okay, yeah, so from what it looks like on the back here, it's supposed to be around the other way like that, and that they kind of come round here, and it looks like they're supposed to just kind of come round like that. From what I can see, it doesn't there we go. He's a little bit fiddly, but it's a pretty cool little figure that you get with him. A little baby Shockwave. The eye's pretty cool. That's all painted yellow, silver paint around their head and that. And the rest of it looks as if it's done in either a purple plastic or it's been painted really well. It's hard to tell. And it's got this little gun hand here which moves. That sort of rotates around and things like that. And the head can rotate around here as well. And look up and down. So yeah, there's quite a lot of articulation on him. Leg can go up, bends. You've got a swivel there as well. Arm doesn't look as if it bends forward, but you can sort of rotate it round. Don't really want to force it. It looks like it's around that way, and you can bend it forward like that. So yeah, that's that guy. What we'll do now is we'll have a look at the big guy in his robot mode. So I'll probably get him transformed off camera, and we'll have a look at him and see what you think. Right, here we are. We've got him all transformed into his robot mode. Took a little bit of doing, but not impossible. It's just you have to be quite patient and just make sure you're bending things the right way. I did notice after I transformed this guy and showed him off to you, there's a couple of little things that I forgot. He's got little feet that fold out here. So he's got a little bit more stability on here, and the backpack just folds in like that at the back there. Okay. And he has got little, I don't know if I mentioned these or not, they've got little pieces on here. And that's about it for that guy. Now this guy here is pretty substantial. I'll just give you a view of the back so you can see how everything kind of tidies up. You can open this bit up, so you've got kind of two sort of like bomb bits in the side there, which you then plug the if you can see that, the chain into the back of here. It comes up around here, and I can't see anywhere to put it, so I've just kind of shoved it in there, which it seems to hold okay. The other thing that you can do is actually have him hold it in his hand as well, so you can do that if you want to, but I thought it looks quite good leading up to here. Articulation wise, I'll try and go through everything as well as I can. As far as the transformation goes, it's quite fiddly. Like I said, you do have to be careful. Just go through this instruction step by step. Don't try and think you've got it sus and go skip ahead, which is what I did. And I snapped a little bit, which I'll show you. But the head is kind of on a ball peg or something on here, and that can go all the way around and go up and down. So you've got pretty decent movement on there. and you've got light piping behind here as well. These guns kind of rotate around like this, as you do on this side. This arm here, you can rotate around. You can see where it rotates around, it's actually quite far down on here, but you kind of get away with it, and it means you can kind of pull it out and do that if you need to. You pull the arm to the side, this rotates around on a ratchet, as does this here. So you get up to there and then up to there, that's about it, not quite 45. And then you've got this turret here which comes out like that, and you can kind of move this up and down a little bit if you want to. So you've got that. The arm here, there isn't much on this side. It's kind of, trouble is if you get it anything like that, any further than that, it looks ridiculous. You know, you can move it around like that. You can't really move it much up and down here just because of the clearance. And you do have some articulation in the hand here, and it can go out to the side here, but there's quite a lot of stuff going on the side there which kind of stops you from doing much. The hand can rotate around in here. It's got individually articulated fingers which are just on this kind of like hook like that, so just hook around like that. And yeah, so they're all on a like a hinge here, and the thumb's just individually just on a like a ball peg there as well. The waist, you do have some kind of swivel on here. You've got these bits on the side here which lift up. Doesn't give you anything extra. I'll leave that up so we can go through the articulation with the legs. The legs go out to the side here like that, and they do hold their weight back down here. You've got swivel here, and then bring this kind of skirt piece up like that, and then up like that. Doesn't quite hold it all the way. And then you've got a stronger ratchet here on the knee like that, and that kind of bends in as far as that. The foot, this is the bit that I snapped off, which kind of clips in here. So what you have to do when you transform it, you have to lift this bit up and fold this bit in here. It's on this piece here, you see. And the problem with that is when you bring it down, it doesn't give you a lot of wiggle room here for the foot, if you see what I mean. So there is a tilt in there, but it doesn't give you a lot of room for manoeuvre, and you can move the whole piece up and down as well if you choose to. On this side it's fine, and you can move this piece. You see if I move it any further forward, it kind of jams in and gets stuck on here, so you kind of have to almost like wiggle it under if you do want to do that. You know, which is a bit kind of problematic. It's not ideal really. I think if this toy had been designed now, they would have had these lower pieces kind of come in and fold up and go into there. As it is, they kind of have to come out and these bits come down. But you know, aesthetically he looks pretty nice. The purple looks great on him, as does this kind of, it's kind of like a silvery purple paint that they've used for these other bits on here, which is pretty nice. And you've got these bits on the side here, so he does stand pretty well in one pose. You can get him in some pretty decent poses, but you probably don't want to mess around with him too much. I'm not really looking forward to transforming him back into a ship mode, that's for certain. And I'm kind of glad I didn't go through the transformation on camera, because it may have taken some time. I'm not entirely sure that I've transformed all of this correctly, but it just seems to fit together quite nicely on the back there, so I'm quite happy with that for now. The the, what do you call it, the torpedo chain bit fits in this section here, I think, in here, and the section for the other figure comes in the back here. So it's probably easier to put them in there while in this mode, and then you can kind of transform it all back rather than try and attempt it while he's in his kind of ship mode. And you see that's the bit where I've kind of snapped it away from there. It's hard to tell if it's kind of snapped away or whether or not. And if you didn't have that piece in here, you would be able to actually fold this bit down. You'd have much better articulation on the feet, unless it's supposed to come out, in which case it's not very clear on the instructions. From what it looks like though, it looks like it's supposed to stay on this piece here. Can't really show you this because there's so little wiggle room on this particular piece here. Can't really get in there to show you. I'll put that on there for now, like that. But yeah, this has been my review of Mastermind Creations Night Morpher. Let me know what you guys think. If you know, I don't know many people that have picked up Transformers from this line. If you're a fan of this line, let me know. Not sure if I keep hold of this guy or not. If I do, I'll probably need to invest in some of the other figures from the line, just to have them come all together. But give you a bit of a close up there of the head sculpt and everything else like that. But there he is, Night Morpher. That's it for now, guys. Thanks for watching. Cheers. Bye.